Hi, my name is Alison, and I'd like to thank Birth Sparks for inviting me along to talk about something I'm very passionate about, and that's being upright for labour and birth, and the many benefits that it has for mothers. So first of all, perhaps we should say, what is an upright position? I think often people think that being upright means they have to walk for miles during labour, which is just not achievable. You want to be upright where you're able to rest and relax and release. Upright positions include anything where your knees are lower than your hips and you're leaning forward for labour itself. So that would include standing positions, sitting positions, being on your hands and knees. And for the birth itself, that would also include positions like squatting. So, what are the benefits for a mother being upright during her birth? There's a lot of benefits. By being upright, the pelvis can open to its maximum capacity. The baby can go into an optimal position, an easier position to birth, and the contractions can work much more efficiently. So we know that women who choose upright instinctive positions will have a shorter labour by around an hour and a half, which is always good news. Women report it's much more comfortable if they're free to move about in their environment, and less women will opt for an epidural for their labour. When a woman is in lots of different positions, there's a lot of comfort measures that will increase her own endorphins and will help her with the birth itself. And I'll maybe demonstrate some of those with Tanya later. Thank you. One of the things that's often overlooked is the support that a partner can give to the birthing woman. And I think they feel much more involved if they're able to support them in all these different positions. We know that women who choose to be upright are far less likely to have an emergency cesarean section during labour. And positions for the birth in itself, we know that there's less instrumental births. Women are far less likely to have an episiotomy. And there's also less severe perineal tearing. There's also less changes to the baby's heartbeat as well if the mother chooses to be upright. And I think the most important thing is that women report being much more satisfied with their birth if they've been supported into positions that they're able to move. So why does being upright have so many benefits? So I thought I would introduce you to the pelvis. This is a female pelvis, and this here are your hip bones, which you'll be able to identify quite clearly on yourself. There's 4 different joints in the pelvis as well. There's one at the front here, the symphysis pubis joint at the very front down here, and to the back where the hip bones turn round. This is your sacrum here, and there's another 2 joints right in here, your sacroiliac joints. Also here is your coccyx, your little tailbone, which can flex outwards like a door. It opens as the baby moves and moves upwards and out the road. The combination of a mother's birthing hormones and the position that she chooses in labour can help the sacrum move back by almost 2 centimetres. And that really maximises the space that the baby has to turn and move round and down to birth. It increases the space by around 28 to 30%. So, lots of benefits for both the mother, her labour, her support companions, and to her baby. I thought I'd like to demonstrate a few positions with Tanya. Today I'm using the CUB support, but there's also a lot of other birth supports that you can use, or the furniture in your house, to help you maintain an upright position. So you want to come over? Yes. Hello. So, in a hands and kneeling position, as a midwife of 20 years helping mothers give birth to their babies. This is traditionally a position nearly all mothers will go into at some point. And there's lots of wonderful ways the birth partner can help support. Whether it's just being by her side, some women may or may not like to be touched during labour. So whether it's just being present fully with her. There's also lots of wonderful ways of doing massages, simple ways of just soothing and rocking the mother. To actually doing massages. Aromatherapy is a fantastic aid for labour and birth and something I use a lot of. It's really good for sensations and back pressure. For the birth itself, there's lots of different other wee things you can do to help maximise the space by doing hip squeezes during the birth. You can use acupressure points. If you want to rest for a while in this position, a few other things I could recommend is to place some wee rolled up towels under your ankles, and it will save you getting pins and needles in your toes. Or also to put in some, you can also put some pillows in here, so if your mother wanted to rest down. In this position, the mother is also free to lift her foot up if she needs to, or to raise one of her legs up if you raise one leg up. No. Just bend your knee up. We'll edit that out. And she may instinctively find that she wants to raise one of her legs up in a kind of running position, and she might want to do it on the other side. This just frees some of the ligaments in her back and also helps position the baby into an ideal position. So we can also use a sitting position. You want to go into a sitting position? One thing that's important if a mother chooses to be in a sitting position is that she's sitting on her sit bones, which are these bones here. And the pelvis actually sits like that. So if a mother had chose to be in a position like this, you can see how it will close down the actual available space in the pelvis. So you want to be sitting right on your sit bones. Again, this is a lovely way for a birth partner to be able to do a neck massage, a shoulder massage, support her back using warm or hot or cold towels. Or just sitting, resting in front so they can connect, they can cuddle. I'm a big cuddler. Where you can support the woman. And the support is the main thing for labour and birth. Or you can place another chair in front and put pillows on top where you can rest down. So you can rest and relax and recharge. For the birth itself, I mentioned a kind of squatting position is really useful. So using the CUB support, we're able to deflate and help the mother go into a squatting position. And here, the birth partner can sit behind. And you can also put some pillows in so that in between, that the mother can relax back. And during her surgeries for the birthing part, she's able just to lean forward and be in a kind of supported squatting position. So that's just a few of the positions that are available. But I think the most important thing is the woman is moving instinctively to what feels right for her. So, is there any questions?
Questions.
So, a couple of questions have come in. We've got 21 people watching us throughout the world right now, so thank you very much.
I'm just going to give you a massage.
One of the questions are, how many different types of positions can you actually utilise the CUB and other tools? How many different positions are there roughly?
Oh, James, there's a variety of different positions. Leaning forward is perhaps, I would think, the most common position, the one that I was in there with Tanya. But you can have a whole array of different positions, whether it's being totally resting down, whether you're being in a kind of running position almost, whether you're actually in a kind of kneeling position. Someone will lean quite far over. That would be a kneeling position, but upright. A variety of different sitting positions. So lots of different sitting positions. Sometimes I've found as well that women will want to relax back a wee bit, and she might even put her feet up to be able to relax back. I think most of the time the women will be very instinctive. She might just have to move and wiggle and rotate her hips. So it's really whatever the woman feels is helpful for her labour. So thank you for joining me today. And just to let you know that available is a wee infograph of all the benefits of being upright during labour and birth. Thank you for having me.
We've actually just had one question, or a question in from Amanda. Hello Amanda, wherever you're watching us from. How do women not slip off when seated? Will they slip off the CUB when wet?
No, absolutely not. It's actually, women feel a lot more stable, I find, using the CUB than some of the other alternatives, because it does make you feel very stable indeed. Excuse me while I do a bit of a hula hoop here, but it's actually very stable. So it's supportive and stable, so no, they'll definitely feel more supported on this. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye.